Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel Magnetize Official. I want to start by sending out my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you who has tuned into the channel today. Your presence here is truly a gift, and I want you to know that just by being here and sharing your energy, you are co-creating this reading with me. Every piece of insight that flows through today's message is a result of the collective energy we are all contributing. Before we dive into the cards, I've already received a major download that I feel is meant to be shared. It's a continuation of a theme I've been sensing in recent readings, about how your light, your openness, and your willingness to be emotionally vulnerable can be incredibly triggering to others, especially those around you who may still have some walls up or parts of their heart blocked off. I'm tuning into the energy of someone who might have recently encountered a new person or shared something deeply personal with someone, a part of yourself, your life, or your inner world. And perhaps you felt like it was met with rejection, or maybe that person didn't seem capable of reciprocating the same level of energy. If this resonates with you, I want you to hear this. The energy you shared is not lost. Anything offered in the spirit of unconditional love is never lost. It is always alive in the quantum realm, so to speak, and it holds power beyond what we can always see in the physical realm. Even if the person you've shared with can't fully process or connect with that energy right now, it's still having an impact on their life in ways you may not be aware of, and it may create a ripple effect that surfaces later on. There's a reason you're being drawn to certain people, places, and conversations. Every interaction and every exchange of energy has a purpose, even if it doesn't immediately make sense in the moment. I'm feeling the energy of someone who has been really following their heart lately, letting it guide you like a compass. You've been moving with that free-flowing, inspired energy, and it's led you into situations where you felt an undeniable pull to speak up, share, or offer something. Even when you weren't entirely sure why you felt so strongly about it. This is a beautiful time when the divine is calling us to follow those intuitive nudges and act on the inspirations we feel, trusting that there is a greater purpose to these connections and exchanges, even when we can't fully see it right away. Your heart knows where it's guiding you, and it's taking you into exactly the right conversations, places, and connections, even if it seems like you're stepping into the unknown. Now, let's begin by pulling a few cards from the Work Your Light Oracle deck to further explore what messages are coming through for the beautiful divine feminines who are listening. I'm so excited to see what wisdom is waiting for us today. The cards that have come through today are Get Grounded and Deep Replenishment, and I'm feeling such a strong energy coming through with these. First, with the card Get Grounded, I'm sensing that you may have recently found yourself pulled off center by certain people or situations. Now, this won't apply to everyone, but for someone here, there's a message about feeling a bit ungrounded, possibly because you've been overgiving, whether emotionally, energetically, or in terms of your time, to those around you, without truly reconnecting with yourself. When we're constantly pouring our energy into others, especially without taking time to replenish ourselves, it's easy to feel disconnected or uncentered. So, if you've been feeling this way recently, this is a powerful nudge from the universe to take a step back, carve out some time, and really focus on grounding yourself again. And here's where I'm feeling something specific for someone who has been wrestling with people-pleasing tendencies or worrying too much about what others think of you, your life, or the things you're creating in this world. I'm picking up on the energy of someone who is walking a path that is so unique, so aligned with your soul's mission, that it may not always make sense to others. In fact, many people around you might not understand your calling at all. They might even overlook it or dismiss it. And when they do acknowledge it, they might misunderstand your intentions or the reason you're following this higher purpose. If this resonates with you, I want you to hear this. It's completely normal for those who aren't on your path to not fully comprehend the journey you're on. And what I'm getting loud and clear is this. Do not let the confusion or doubts of others cause you to second-guess yourself. I'm hearing, don't throw in the towel. Don't shut it down. There's someone here who has recently embarked on a powerful path, a path that is deeply aligned with your soul's mission on this planet. This mission is bigger than any misunderstanding or judgment from those who aren't walking your journey. Trust that you are on the right track, and no matter how much others may not understand, keep moving forward. I'm also seeing the imagery of a delicate flower just beginning to bloom. This flower is vulnerable, still in the early stages of growth, and this represents something in your life. It could be a dream, a new direction you've started moving toward, or something you've recently initiated. If this is you, then the message is clear. Protect this precious stage of growth. This part of your journey needs nurturing and care. What I'm hearing is that now might not be the time to share everything about what you're doing with others. Take action quietly or in the background, and let your results speak for themselves. Be discerning about who you allow into your confidence when it comes to your plans and creations. Not everyone is in the same energetic space as you, and some might not have the capacity to fully support or understand your vision. The message here is about protecting your energy and the delicate growth of your soul's purpose. Keep nurturing it, and trust that those who are meant to understand will see it in time. I'm picking up on the energy of a very specific masculine figure in your life. This person could be a family member, someone you share a platonic bond with, or someone from your past or present romantically. Whoever this individual is, I'm sensing they have deep love and admiration for you, but there's also a noticeable undercurrent of fear. What I'm picking up is a desire to control, or at least to predict your actions. Now, I want to emphasize that this isn't necessarily coming from a place of malice or ill intent. This person might simply be afraid of losing you, afraid that you might move away from them in some way, or afraid that you might disconnect if you pursue certain dreams, goals, or paths for your life. This fear manifests as a subtle control mechanism, and it feels like this person might not be thrilled with some of the choices you're making or the direction you're moving in. You might be feeling their energy pulling on you, either trying to guide or even limit your decisions, not because they want to harm you, but because they're afraid of what your growth might mean for your relationship with them. This person may have been close to you in the past, or perhaps still is, and their deep connection with you over time has created a sense of ownership, not of your energy, of course, but it's almost like they feel entitled to have a say in the decisions you make. They've seen you through certain phases of your life, and now, perhaps, they don't know how to relate to you as you embark on a new chapter. But here's the thing. You're being called to make powerful choices for yourself, independent of how this person might react. This is your moment to stand strong and make decisions that align with your soul's true mission, regardless of anyone's fears or expectations. Ironically, the more you embrace this transformation and empowerment, the more you'll likely see this person shift as well. It's almost like your own growth will serve as a catalyst for their transformation. As you step into your power, they may start to understand or even respect the path you're walking. I'm hearing loud and clear that you are in the midst of a major reinvention. The card of transformation has shown up, signaling a breakthrough. you are ready for the next level. It feels like you've had some sudden inspiration about rebranding yourself, presenting yourself to the world in a fresh way, or even reintroducing certain aspects of yourself, but with an entirely new energy. This could mean bringing back something you've done before, but infusing it with a whole new perspective or energy. Or it could be about stepping into an entirely new phase of your life. Whatever it is, it's big, and it's aligned with who you are becoming. But as you stand on the edge of this powerful transformation, the message is clear. Hold your ground. Visualize yourself as a sturdy anchor, firmly rooted as you navigate this breakthrough and step into this reinvention. This is a delicate moment in your journey, and it's important to protect the early stages of this transformation. Give yourself the time and space you need to process, integrate, and adjust to the powerful shifts taking place within you. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Allow yourself to rest, replenish, and savor the journey. These energetic changes are preparing you for something profound, and by honoring the process and taking it one step at a time, you'll be fully aligned and ready for the next level when it arrives. I'm picking up on a strong message that things in your life are starting to gain momentum. If you've been feeling like you're stuck in a cycle of starts and stops, where things move forward for a bit, then pause, and then start again. Slowly and gradually, it's all about to shift. The energy is starting to pick up, and what I'm hearing is that, as long as you don't give up and stay anchored in your new intentions, the momentum will begin to flow more steadily and consistently. This means that the energy you've been putting out, even during those slower times, is building. You're laying the foundation now for some bigger, more powerful shifts. It's going to feel like things are accelerating in a big way. These changes could come across as almost quantum leaps to those around you, and anyone who doubted your decisions or questioned the path you're on will soon find themselves eating their words. They'll see the success that you've been working towards, and it's going to be incredibly inspiring, not just for them, but also for you. As you move forward in your mission and purpose, you'll be lighting a path for others to follow, encouraging them to pursue their own success. This is a huge message I'm getting. There are people in your life who may have doubted you, whether in the past or even now, who are going to be the ones most inspired by your journey. The way you rise, the way you stay committed to your soul's purpose, will ignite something in them that pushes them toward their own growth. Sometimes, the very ones who may project fear or doubt onto you are the ones who will eventually admire your strength and dedication. I know these messages have been very specific lately, especially focusing on personal soul missions and deeper life paths. I realize that many of us usually dive into relationship-related readings, but I trust this message will reach those who need to hear it at this moment. Now, let's connect with the Soul's Journey deck, which I like to call my emotion deck, because it really taps into deep emotional energies. I'm calling in the collective energy for this message, and the first card I pull is Surrender in reverse. This is about releasing control in order to find true balance. And paired with balance also in reverse, it's clear that something needs to shift. What in your life are you holding on to too tightly? What do you need to let go of in order to restore harmony and flow? These cards are guiding you to release what no longer serves you, especially the need to control outcomes or situations that are beyond your influence. And then, as I shuffle the deck more, a card just flew out, the Ace of Cups, in reverse. This card speaks to feelings of unreciprocated love, or perhaps a situation that feels like a false start, particularly in romantic relationships, though it could resonate in platonic ones as well. There's a sadness here, a sense of pouring love or energy into something or someone, but not receiving the same in return. I'm sensing that someone in this reading may have felt fixated on a situation or a person that hasn't been giving back the love, effort, or attention that you've been putting in. If you've been stuck in this energy of feeling like your emotional investments haven't been reciprocated, it's time to acknowledge that you've given enough. It's okay to let go and allow space for something that will truly honor your heart. This card is here to remind you that love is meant to flow both ways, and when you are giving your all and not receiving the same in return, it's an indication that it's time to shift your focus. There's so much more love and abundance waiting for you, and as you release this situation, you make room for something that aligns with your true worth and energy. For some of you, especially if you identify as a divine feminine listening to this energy may be tied to a masculine who seemed to not return the same emotions you had for them. Now, my guides were quick to clarify something important. It's not that this person doesn't have the same feelings for you at the emotional level. Rather, the issue is that they aren't fully expressing those emotions. There's a block here, something emotionally holding them back, even though their soul feels deeply connected to you. What I'm sensing is a masculine energy that feels extremely drawn to you, but also deeply triggered by you at the same time. The connection between you two has been or is so powerful, so instant, that it pulls both of you in like a magnetic vortex. It's intense, and it almost feels like everything is happening all at once. But then there's this energy of sudden withdrawal on their part, like they pulled back quickly, maybe because they were worried they had opened up too much, shared too much. It's almost like you, without even trying, were able to draw out something from this person that they weren't ready to expose. What's happening here is that their soul is fully aligned with yours and feels incredibly comfortable around you. They feel a natural ease in your presence that makes them want to share deeper parts of themselves. But then their human ego kicks in. That part of them starts overthinking and perceiving things as oversharing, leading them to pull back and shut down. They might have felt like they crossed some sort of line or revealed something too personal, and in doing so, they created a wall between you both, at least emotionally. This could be a platonic or romantic connection, and I'm aware that this may be a very specific message that may not resonate with everyone. But what I am sensing is that when you first met this person, there was an undeniable chemistry, something that sparked between you two right away. It might have felt like everything happened so fast, so naturally, but then something happened in the course of that connection, and they suddenly started to question their openness with you. It seems they are overthinking the way they came across in that initial interaction, worrying that they might have been too vulnerable, too open. This feeling might stem from their own perception of not being professional enough around you, perhaps even in a work setting, which could be why they're questioning themselves. Of course, this specific detail might not apply to everyone, but it's clear that they're really grappling with how they presented themselves, especially in the face of their own emotions. What's really going on here, though, is that their soul recognized something in you that made them feel comfortable, almost like they didn't need to hold back. It's this soul-level connection, whether it's soulmate energy or twin flame energy, that's driving them to feel so deeply connected to you. But their human side, their ego, tries to control the flow of that connection and shuts things down, fearing they may have let their guard down too much. I'm also picking up that you two share a lot of similarities, perhaps even in the deep layers of your soul missions. Whether it shows up in a tangible way in the 3D world or not, there are themes that your souls are here to explore, such as freedom, creativity, expression, love, or something similar. This may not just be a romantic connection. It could very well be a deep platonic bond, but there's a sense that your souls are on parallel paths, learning and growing through shared experiences. This person, though, is feeling out of balance when they're around you. They can't quite control what they say or how they feel, and it's making them uneasy. It's like you've tapped into a part of them they weren't ready to face, and now they're wrestling with how to handle those emotions. It's all about finding the balance between the vulnerability they feel when they're with you and the fear of being too open. But trust that, at a soul level, this is a connection they feel deeply, even if their human side is still catching up to that realization. I'm receiving a very powerful message for those of you who may be feeling a sense of sadness or confusion because this person pulled back unexpectedly. If you find yourself in this situation, feeling like things took an abrupt turn, the best way to move forward and shift the energy is actually to give this situation some space. This space is essential, not only for the connection, but also for you to reconnect with yourself. Now is the time to refocus your energy back onto you and to ground yourself in the powerful energy of self-love. I'm hearing that a great practice right now would be to sit down and make a list of all the things you love about yourself. Qualities that make you feel confident and proud. Take time to acknowledge your beauty, your talents, and your strengths. Allow yourself to bask in the love you have for yourself. This process is so important right now because when you magnetize your energy with self-love, you're calling back your power. At the same time, give this person space by pulling back your energy from them. This doesn't mean cutting them off, but it does mean not overly investing your time, effort, or emotional focus if they've been withdrawing. The reason this is so effective is that there's an undeniable magnetic energy between the two of you. When you focus on yourself, the space you create will make this person truly miss you. Whether it's a romantic or platonic connection, the energy you cultivate will naturally draw them back in. I'm hearing quite strongly, let them come to you. Don't chase or overly invest in them at this moment. If you desire this connection to continue and deepen, allowing them the space to come back into your life will facilitate a healthier, more balanced dynamic. It's important to mention that I am picking up on the presence of a divine masculine energy, which could be this very person or someone else entirely. They may be undergoing a significant spiritual awakening right now, and connecting with you might have triggered this transformation. I hear them saying, "I've never met anyone like you before." This tells me that your energy has had a profound impact on them. It's likely that for the first time they are feeling overwhelmed by their emotions and the intensity of the connection between you two. This is why they may have pulled back abruptly. Their human self is struggling to manage the deep feelings that are emerging. Despite this sudden withdrawal, I'm sensing that this masculine energy feels deeply connected to you on a spiritual and energetic level. Even if it doesn't seem like it in their current interactions with you, they recognize something in you that they've never encountered before. It's as if they feel they've met their match in terms of energy, spirituality, and connection. This is a significant realization for them, and it's causing a bit of imbalance because they can't control how they feel about you or how much they share with you. Now, this may or may not align with how you're feeling, but I'm picking up that there's a deep spiritual connection between you. Whether this manifests romantically or platonically, the soul bond is undeniable. Still, this person's human side is struggling to keep up with what's happening energetically. So, the key now is to allow them the space they need, without forcing any kind of outcome. Let them process what they are experiencing, and in the meantime, focus on grounding yourself and reconnecting with your own energy. Trust that, when the time is right, they will come back into your space, more balanced, and ready to engage in a way that feels authentic and aligned for both of you. With the Strength card showing up, it feels like an important confirmation for everything we've discussed so far. This card is all about overcoming self-doubt and standing strong in who you are, even when it feels challenging. There's an undeniable message here about the bravery required for your soul mission or purpose. I'm sensing that what you are being called to do in this world requires you to put yourself out there in a way that might feel uncomfortable at first. This could make you feel vulnerable, but it's through this very vulnerability that your power will unfold. Whether it's sharing art, music, or something you're creating from the depths of your heart, or even the way you engage with others and communicate with them, your authentic expression is what makes you so magnetic. But I feel for many of you, this could also be a bit intimidating because you're opening yourself in a way that most people shy away from. Not everyone has the courage to communicate from the heart, and this can leave you wondering at times, am I sharing too much? Am I being too open? I want to remind you that any time you share from your heart, that energy is never wasted. Even if you don't see the immediate impact or results, over time, you will start to witness how sharing authentically transforms your reality in ways that are truly magical. Your openness isn't just healing for you. It is magnetic, drawing in authentic, meaningful soul connections that resonate deeply with your energy. The truth is, most people are living with their core soul frequency blocked by limiting beliefs and programs they've picked up over time. As a result, they struggle to form those deep, real connections because their soul's true signal is muffled by these filters. But you are shedding those layers. You are living from a place of deep authenticity, and because of this, you're emanating a clear signal of who you truly are at the soul level. Now, yes, there will be moments when some people may reject this level of authenticity. They may be uncomfortable with how freely you express yourself because they aren't quite ready to embrace that same vulnerability. But what I also want you to understand is that by being true to yourself, you are paving the way for your soul family, your like-minded souls, to find you. And they will. They'll hear you clearly. They'll recognize your energy and respond in ways that you may not have imagined before. As this journey continues, you'll notice that people will appear in your life with an instant, deep connection. These people will understand you on a soul level, and communicating with them will feel effortless. There's no need for explanation because they get you. They understand your energy, your essence, in a way that transcends the limitations of physical words. It's like finding your tribe, and they will recognize you just as clearly as you recognize them. These connections will be powerful, timeless, and feel like an ancient bond being awakened. So, if you've been questioning your authenticity, or wondering whether sharing from your heart is too much, know that it's exactly what you need to do. By doing so, you are not only transforming your own reality, but you are magnetizing the very people who are meant to walk alongside you on this journey. Keep being brave, keep being you, and trust that the universe is aligning to bring your soul tribe into your life. As you continue on this journey, you may start to notice that the physical 3D language we typically use to communicate is beginning to feel clunky and limited. There will be times when you simply won't have the desire, nor the patience, to explain yourself or justify your actions in the usual way. This is because as we ascend into higher frequencies, into more elevated levels of vibration, language itself starts to feel a bit outdated, almost like trying to run an old program on a brand new high-tech computer. The result? It just doesn't flow the way it's supposed to. You'll sense this more and more. where trying to explain your thoughts or feelings using traditional language feels like it's slowing down the process of connection. It's like your soul knows there's a deeper, more immediate way to communicate, but the physical language isn't able to fully capture it. When you're truly aligned with someone at the quantum level, someone who is energetically in sync with you, someone from your soul family, they'll understand you beyond words. Even when you can't find the perfect way to express how you feel or what's going on, they'll still get you. They'll pick up on the energy you're transmitting, even in silence, because even in moments where words are absent, there's an exchange happening. The energy between you both speaks volumes. So, if you're in a situation where you're finding yourself using this clunky 3D language to explain or justify yourself, and it feels like it's just not clicking or resonating with the person you're speaking to, take it as a sign. It might be that the person you're communicating with is either not vibrating at the same frequency, or they are simply blocked within themselves and unable to hear you on that deeper soul level. They may not yet speak the language of your soul, and trying to bridge that gap through words alone can sometimes feel like an uphill battle. However, for those who truly belong in your life, your soul family, your like-minded tribe, they will effortlessly understand the language of your soul. This is how you'll recognize those connections that are aligned with your higher self. When you meet these people, it will feel easy, natural, and instantaneous. There will be no need for over-explanation because they'll just get it, and you'll feel that beautiful resonance immediately. You won't have to prove anything to them. They'll recognize you for who you are without all the back and forth of rationalizing and justifying. As you continue to magnetize these connections into your life, you'll experience more and more of this effortless communication, and it will be incredibly freeing. So, when you sense that physical language is slowing you down or making you feel disconnected, trust that there's a deeper, more powerful language at work here, the language of your soul, and it will always guide you to those who truly understand you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm sending you an abundance of love and light, and I trust that the right connections will find their way into your life with ease. Keep shining your authentic self because you are drawing in everything you need to continue growing and thriving.